welcome back. Today I wanted to bring you another book review. Haven't done a little book review in a while. I just finished listening to the audiobook of, show you on here, That Girl From Nowhere, there you go. That Girl From Nowhere by Dorothy Koomson. Now, I do have a hardback and a paperback version of this. However, they're on my packing crate and still haven't arrived yet, hence why I'm having to show you them on the iPad. But I ended up listening to the audiobook of this. I did start the hardback back when I was sent it about a year and a half ago. However, I didn't get round to finishing it, and so that's why I ended up just downloading the audiobook so I could listen to it when I was in the gym or in the car or wherever. Now, I've got kind of mixed feelings about the book. Overall, I think it was a really valid story and a story to be told. But it was really quite heavy going. So the whole story is surrounded, the whole story kind of concerns adoption and kind of the feelings that you get when you kind of meet your birth family, and sort of, you know, you might know that you were adopted, but you might never have had any contact with your birth family, and it kind of like surrounds those things. But at the same time, there's all these sub storylines going on to do with assisted suicide and to do with divorce and midlife crises and lots of other issues all wrapped up in the one book. And so that's why I feel a little bit like I've got kind of mixed feelings about the book, because for me it was really quite heavy going. In the end, I stopped listening to it while I was in the gym because it was just too heavy going. I found myself kind of on the cross trainer and stopping because I was like, did that really just happen? The main character is a very conflicted character. Obviously, she's got all these things going on around her, so of course she's going to be, and I really did feel for her. But I didn't really kind of gel with her. I found it really hard to relate to her because she was quite indecisive and she was quite sort of selfish without being selfish, and so I found it really difficult to kind of warm to her and put myself in her position. The kind of other characters in the book include her adopted mother and her birth mother, her adopted sister and her husband, and then we sort of meet other characters and they come in along the way, and I kind of found those characters a little bit more interesting to kind of hear about than I did her. I just wasn't as much of a fan of what was going on with her. I think if there'd been a little bit kind of more simplistic things for her to deal with, she would have been a more decisive character, and so I would have liked her a little bit more. I really liked the ending that she got, and I'm pleased with the ending that she got and the decisions that she made, but I just found it difficult to warm to her the whole way through. It is quite a long book. It was a 16-hour audiobook and it has taken me a while to read. As I say, I started reading the hardback copy of it, and then I was sent a paperback copy as well, which has that cover on the front of it. Both the hardback and the paperback have the same cover. And I had a proof copy which had beautiful butterflies on as well, which was absolutely gorgeous. And I think possibly it might be one of those books that's better to read in a physical form because you can become more absorbed in it. I think when you've got an audiobook, you do get absorbed in the story, but you're obviously generally doing other things whilst you're listening to that audiobook. I'm going to do a video on audiobooks again soon. But I think that it's maybe one of those that you have to read as a hardback or as a paperback. It also deals with kind of racism a little bit as well, and so I think, you know, all the issues that are in here are really valid issues to be exploring, and I'm glad that the book unapologetically dealt with those issues, and I think Dorothy Koomson did a really good job of dealing with those issues. Her books, it's the first one of her books that I've actually read, but I know from having spoken to other people that read her books that she does deal with, you know, issues that we're facing in society today, and she does deal with them really well. And so I think the subject matter was dealt with really well. The structure of the story was a little bit too long for my liking, and I struggled to warm to the main characters just because I really couldn't relate to them at all. But I think if you're looking for a book that delves into any of those issues, this is definitely something for you. But if you're looking for a light read or a romantic read, then this is not one of those kind of books. So I'm glad that I read it, and there's no way I wouldn't have finished it, but it's not one of my favourite books, but I would like to read another Dorothy Koomson soon. So let me know if you're a Dorothy Koomson fan, or you've got any other books that deal really well with those issues in the comments below, and I will have another video for you soon, so I will see you then. Bye.